are back at Live at the Lakehouse, and I have these awesome panelists from Women in Data and AI panel that we had yesterday. So if you missed it, you're lost. We'll be here next year. But thankfully, I have two of them, Vini and Joan. So Vini, would you mind introducing yourself?
Definitely. Hi, everybody. Super excited to have you on virtual Data AI Summit 2. My name is Vini Jaiswal, and I am chair of Linux Foundation AI and Data Tech Foundation, and also co-chair of Grace Hopper Open Source Programming. I'm also a proud Databricks alumni. So excited to be back here. It just feels home. And now to Joan.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm Joan LaRovere. I'm co-founder and vice president of Virtue Foundation. I'm also a medical doctor in pediatric cardiac intensive care and ACMO for transformation at Boston Children's Hospital. Virtue Foundation delivers care and uses data science for good and global health.
Awesome. This is great. We have two amazing boss ladies with us. And I'm just going to talk to y'all a little bit about women in data and AI, how people can get involved, and just different things about mentorship and sponsorship. How does that sound?
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to start with you, Vini. As a Databricks alumni, I know you're very well versed in data and AI, of course. So how do you continue to mentor others, especially women, to kind of branch into this field?
Yeah, some of the initiatives that I took personally is getting involved with organizations because they provide amazing platform to connect mentees with mentors and some of the executive women in the industry.
Yeah.
So that allows us to give back to the community.
Yes.
So as a part of it, I started working with Grace Hopper Programming, and we bring open source programming to people anywhere in the world, so they can get mentorship. They can also participate in our open source day. That's a one whole day of event.
Wow.
Yeah. And last year we had 160 mentors.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we co-chaired, we selected 16 projects, 5 workshops, and all those things. So that allows people to actually do code contributions on that day.
Yeah.
So that's a very great way to get into technology. And also we select projects from diverse technologies, data, AI, generative AI, healthcare, some of the issues, that we want to solve. So we bring those projects so community can contribute back. So that's one of the ways people can get involved. I'm also a part of Linux Foundation AI and Data.
Awesome.
So I chair our technical advisory council where I help projects open source, graduate them, and incubate several projects, because sometimes when you're working in the code, you're not mainly aware of the governance, you're not thinking about the community. Some projects, we like to help them out. And also we have a lot of initiatives within the foundation, so people work together on solving problems. One of the problems which we talk about right now is how we can build frameworks and components to actually test the responsible AI applications. So a lot of industries, academics, a lot of people get involved. So, and it's an open forum. So,
wow.
Yeah. So we do have opportunities for people to actually come in, voice their opinion, and participate, because we need diverse voices, right?
That's right.
If we don't have diverse voices, our technology is not going to advance in a responsible manner.
That's
so
right.
One of my main focus since a year or so, it has been towards responsible AI.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are a lot of opportunities out there, and if you want to get involved, please connect with me, because I definitely need your help. A lot of voices.
Well, at least you're not afraid to ask for help, which is
Yes.
But, speaking of AI, Virtue Foundation, tell me a little bit, how are y'all leveraging AI within your organization?
Well, my colleague and partner, Dr. Ebi Elahi, had this vision 15 years ago from our operational work on the ground in countries like Ghana and Mongolia of how do we make the invisible visible.
Yes.
And this idea of creating data and geospatial data to be able to better match resource with need. And we started that journey 15 years ago, which brought me into the world of AI as a woman. So it's been just incredible. And we've created a foundational data set of all the healthcare NGOs and hospitals and healthcare facilities in 72 low and middle income countries.
Wow. That's amazing.
And when you leverage that with other layers of data, you can identify medical deserts, where those large populations of people are who really need that specialized and subspecialized care.
Wow, y'all are doing phenomenal work.
I'm so proud of it. I think it's the most transformational thing I've done in my entire career. And it's our team. Like, it's incredible. And Dr. Elahi's vision, it's been...
We need more of that.
Yes.
Definitely. So how do y'all stay up to date on latest trends regarding data and AI? Is it, social media? Is it reading? How do y'all, know what's going on in the world?
Do you want to talk thing?
Sure. I think it's changing so fast. You really have to be in the stream. Right?
Yeah.
We're in the stream here right now at Databricks, and really grateful to Databricks being a partner of Virtue Foundation and helping us build Gen AI capabilities into what we're doing. But I think it's being in the stream, being at conferences like this, being in LinkedIn and following the thought leaders is super helpful.
Yeah.
Taking courses, there's so many free courses. And I'm very lucky I get to teach at MIT, the AI for Impact Venture Studio course. So you're right in the middle of that stream. And that, for me, has been really impactful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Vini?
Yeah, I think, like she mentioned, LinkedIn is a very important tool because the platform allows a lot of different professionals and working people come together, and I think we learn from each other what they are working on. If you have a problem, sometimes you just throw it out there and see what the community tells you, because as much LinkedIn feed is about what people are doing, products, and it also has to be about what problems people are facing. So I think it's a very good platform to have a two-way collaboration, two-way conversation. Other things that I see myself looking at every day is a lot of feeds. I have I have stories from Google, I have Google alerts, I have Apple News popping up. So I think I customize my feed based social media. If you use it, I think there's a very good way to use it to cater towards good knowledge sharing and stuff. So the things I do is use of appropriate tags. You can actually customize it within your account setting and stuff. So I think that has been a very helpful thing for me. And because I work in a lot of social media things, so I think I learned few things here and there, so that helps me. And just following everybody that I work with, being at the conferences, I think this is a great space. One of the things I take away from conferences is networking.
Networking is huge.
Networking
is a place to be for it. Yes. How many people are here? I think they said, 16,000?
Yeah. This year double the
Definitely.
In person. And there's it's great.
That's awesome. I'm talking to two boss ladies, okay? So I kind of wanted to know, how did you get started? How did you get to where you are? Had any tips that the audience and women in particular can take away?
I think I will say I started from my master's. I started working on some of the data sets for my projects, and then when I was at Citibank, I was doing bunch of scalable infrastructure deployments and stuff. I worked with data centers and all the tools on Linux platforms as well. So that's how I got started and started working with the community to solve problems, because I would run into errors that nobody would run into, and I would throw out the question at the forums. That's how I got started. And then Apache Spark came along. That changed my entire life. Next year is going to be my 10 years working with Apache Spark. So I'm really excited. Yeah, it's been a long journey.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. So it all started with figuring out the problem that I wanted to solve and actually voicing out my opinion that, okay, this is not being solved. So how can we do that? So because, you need to put yourself out there.
That's
and
right.
I keep myself up to date. If there is a new technology, I want to learn it. I'm a little bit behind on Databricks technology too, because
we're honestly pushing out so much stuff.
So much. So this time I definitely want to learn more from sessions. So that's how I keep up to date, and I advise everybody to start working up a problem that they see in their own domain. That's a very good way to start in AI field. In generative AI.
That's awesome. Joan?
No, I completely agree, because we started with that problem to solve, right? How do you make the invisible visible? How do you get doctors and healthcare professionals to the patients that need them? And really, how do we start to think about using AI for good and using AI in ways that are democratized and really give access to people that would never have access?
Yeah.
And I think that was the use case, right? It's like, what is the problem you're trying to solve and how can AI help you? And I think you just do have to jump in and start trying to solve that problem. We also take volunteers with the foundation, and we've seen many people come bring their data science skill to us, just like the doctors and other healthcare professionals come and bring their services to us and get deployed. Well, we can deploy you on some fascinating AI ML use cases where you will learn how to use the tools of Databricks, for example, and other enterprise partners. And I think sometimes that's another road in.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to take that offer and like start getting involved in that, because that's a data set that they already have, they provide, and you can learn more about that domain. So,
That's true.
yeah,
That's true. And I'm hearing a lot of talk about Databricks. Yeah. So I kind of want to know, what is your favorite thing about Databricks?
Oh my God, so much. You're putting me on spot. Oh my God.
One thing.
Oh my God, so many things.
Give it.
Okay.
Mosaic's integration from last year, like game changer for us. The Mosaic Databricks merger, like that, for us, has been key.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is
And
so great.
the new vector mapping, like, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And how was that working for your organization? Like, what is the positive that's coming from it, you think?
We're creating mini knowledge graphs around each of these healthcare facilities and healthcare NGOs that's enabled us to enrich and refresh continually at a new level. The vector allows us to search, like, the keywords don't have to be precise anymore.
Yeah.
You can search and it'll collect the spectrum. So
That's
for the
amazing.
hospital, it'll give you everything from the healthcare facility. Or you can, diabetes, it'll give you, high blood sugar. It'll give you what surrounds the word.
That's
So
amazing.
there's this incredible capacity now.
Yeah.
And in our case, it's bringing all of that disparate data on a single platform that's usable.
That's perfect. What about you, Vini?
So, I have been a Delta Lake developer advocate, right?
I know.
And I'm still involved in that project. As a part of Linux Foundation AI and Data, we incubated that project, which was exciting for me because I was helping out with that. And it was so amazing this morning when Ali brought out all the announcements around Delta Lake, Delta Lake integration with within Uniform and, combining with Iceberg. So I'm super, super excited about that because serverless is going to be amazing too, and all on Delta Lake. So I'm pretty proud of my Delta Lake community.
That is awesome. Well, I mean, as y'all see, we have these phenomenal women who are doing great things in their community, in their industry, in their role. And we just wanted to have them on to empower you and encourage you at home, whether you're watching across, whether you're here in this space. You can, if they can do it, you can too, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
thank you so much,
Please get
ladies,
involved.
for being here. Have a beautiful summit.
Yes.
We have two more days? 1 day?
1.5.
Live it up, okay?
We will.
Nice seeing you both.
Carl. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Pearl, so much.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Go.
And we have our hackathon winners. Woo! Hi.
Hi.
Okay, what was your name?
My name is Aman Sehgalv.
Aman.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And what was your name?
I'm Mark Gunnels. Nice.
Mark.
Nice.
Awesome.
My name is Anvesh Bethu.
Anvesh. Nice to meet y'all. And y'all won the hackathon.
You did, yeah.
To be frank with you, I know we have a hackathon, but I have no idea what it entails. So kind of tell me, how did you sign up? How did everything work? But not all at once. Let's start with you.
Sure. So I signed up. I came across Hackathon when the app came up for the DAIS, and the first thing on Monday is Hackathon.
Yeah.
So we registered for that one, and we ended up at Intercontinental.
And that was it.
Yeah.
So it was easy.
Yeah. So we just we didn't have teams, so we just went to a stage and just popped
That's
it.
amazing. So y'all don't know each other.
Yeah.
And y'all won.
Yep.
Oh, the power of teamwork. Okay, that's amazing.
Out from
So
Australia and they are from US, so we are just like a
What?
cross-continent team.
that is great. So tell me, what was the experience like, Mark?
It was great. I mean, getting to work with these guys, the Databricks people who were there were very helpful.
Oh yeah.
This is the first time I think at least us two had tackled some of the technology. So
Yeah.
everybody was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we all are from the same background, from the healthcare background. That healthcare line. And Mark has an idea, and we just picked it up. That was really.
That's awesome. So, what did y'all build? And like, how did you win? Like, who judged? Like, I want to know because maybe I'll join next year. Maybe not.
Sure. So we built a Gen AI application for AI-based truck surveillance.
Wow, that's cool.
So we targeted the population of 60 plus who have and people who have chronic illness.
Okay.
They end up having loss of prescription and the drug-to-drug interaction could impact their body, causing adverse health events. So we thought that's a big problem, and can we solve it with Gen AI? So Mark had this fantastic idea, and we got some amazing data set from Databricks. We married that with FDA data.
Wow.
We're using Llama model, and we were able to generate amazing insights out of that.
That's amazing.
So
Mark, your idea, what was it? Like, he just explained it, or like, how did you come to that idea?
I worked in a company for about 12 years where it was a major issue, and I know right now, like, clinical reasoning is sort of a scarce resource after COVID, and with LLMs, we can sort of automate some of that away, and then you can also use this technology to help areas where there isn't a lot of healthcare providers.
Yeah, that's right. And about you, how was it working with Mark and, sorry, remind me your name. Aman.
Yeah, it's really great. Mark has like really in-depth breadth and in the knowledge in the clinical field. So the first 2 words he said is like the drug and interaction, and I'm down for the project. Yes, we are doing this.
Okay, Mark.
Because I know it's a really pressing problem, like in the industry that I work in, and it's really hard problem. So once Mark said and about the data that we try to complex the problem, so I'm all up with these guys when they are.
That's so great. So, what is the prize?
the prize is 10,000 USD.
$10,000?
Yeah.
No. Seriously?
Not each.
Not each.
As a team. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I can use 9,000 right now.
That's fine.
That is amazing. So, how are you going to spend it?
We need to first get it.
I'm sure my daughter and son have some ideas for her.
You're like,
I'm gonna clear credit card bills.
I love that.
Maybe travel.
I would travel. That's what I would do.
Travel.
Money. That
It's
is
safe for Christmas time, travel.
Yes. So, what would you do differently if you were to do this again? If you could.
Differently, probably interact with the real people, as in terms of the people who are specialists in these fields. Take their interviews and try to understand, try to get some real good statistics all across the globe and not just in the US. So we can make a present like a bigger impact with the solution.
That's awesome. What about you, Mark?
It turned out, thanks to Karen, I was able to get in. I didn't sign up in time, so I would sign up in time.
Well, you made it, and you made $3,000. That's amazing.
Yeah, sure.
You have which. What about you?
I'm pretty much, I'm good with what happened last couple of days back, and I'm so excited about. I didn't expect that we would win this.
Really? Why not?
Because we had a big complex problem at hand, and the given time is like six hours. It's a 6 months project for a big organization.
That's true.
Yeah, we were able to do a pretty good job and demo it really well. I'm happy about it.
Y'all did amazing. Who are the judges? Do y'all know?
There was some Databricks employees. There was one lady from Europe. Some of the partners probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is amazing. It was so great having you all here. Congrats on winning. I will join next year because I could use 10,000.
Definitely. Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye, Mark. Bye, Anvesh.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We got the next batch of hackathon winners. They had a lot win this year. The next batch. Nice to see you. What was your name?
Bulut.
What was it?
Bulut.
Bullets. I like that name.
It actually means cloud in Turkish. So.
I love that. Bullet. Nice to meet you. What was your name?
Tim. I'm not special.
Well, your jacket is special. I love that color. So I got some information about the hackathon, but I wanted to know about y'all's experience. How was it?
It was super nice. First, it was inspirational because we learned a lot. It was our first rug experience. So definitely we will use those experiences in our company, in our work.
What's your work? What do you do?
We do dairy automation for milk.
What was it?
We do automation for dairy farming.
Oh,
So that's milking robots, feeding robots, basically anything that's a farmer has to do by hand right now. We build robots for that. Yeah.
That's really cool. And is that based here?
It's a Dutch company. It's called Lely. We are basically farming innovators, and it's like a 76-year-old company.
Wow, I've never heard of it. This is amazing. So how do you think, for you, Tim, how do you think the hackathon helped you, prepare for your kind of work?
Yeah, right. So we're mainly platform engineers. So typically we don't really touch the data or the models too much. But for us to sort of be able to help the teams that actually do, for us, we also have to understand what, how, and why they should do it, right?
Yeah.
And as Bulut mentioned, it was the first time also for us actually touching these features that you guys have in Databricks. So definitely helps us to be able to help others.
That's awesome. So you all work for the same company?
Yeah.
And you all are friends? Or you know each other? Because they didn't know each other, and I thought that was so amazing that people that don't know each other can come together and still be successful. So teamwork really does make the dream work.
And
so y'all might have had an upper advantage, right? Because y'all know each other.
True, but we were also two people, right?
That's true. That's true. But y'all won. That's amazing. How did it feel winning?
Oh, it feels great. It was my first hackathon. I feel amazing, to be honest.
That means you got to do another one, right?
Of course.
What about you, Tim?
Likewise, I mean, first like a second hackathon, but like the other ones were a bit more multi-day ones. So this was a bit more crunching and a bit more time pressure than the other ones. Definitely a very nice experience. Yeah.
That's cool. So, is there anything that you believe that you could do differently next time if you were to do the hackathon again, or if not, what is some advice you have for someone that wants to do the hackathon, like me?
We could be prepared a bit more, maybe.
Okay.
And then we could get the first place, But in what way? I think we had some initial ideas, but maybe in terms of how to get those ideas running, we could work on a bit.
Yeah.
But we were just like, let's go with the flow.
Yeah.
It worked well, actually, in our case.
Yeah, 2 people, second place. That's a win to me. What about you, Tim?
I think in terms of advice, what I felt we did really well was we had an actual thing to show at the end, right? So we had something, a prototype working, and we didn't do any presentations, so we just dove right in, did a demo, and basically showed people what we built. So I think that really helps as well to sort of get your point and the features across.
Yes, and how many people were there? Was it super packed, or was it like...
It was more than 300 people, 300? I think, and 55 teams.
So you had to like demo in front of bigger people. Were you nervous? Or were you excited?
Both at the same time, right? Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. It was so good to meet y'all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. Make sure you spend the money well, okay?
Thank you.
Take care. Have a great summit. Bye, Tim. Bye,
Have a nice one.
We have our next batch coming. I told y'all there were a lot of winners.
Go ahead, start.
You made it.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
Hi.
Great. Remind me of your name.
Kevin.
Kevin. Mohamed. Julien.
All right.
Yes. See, I am good with names. So, how does it feel to be the winners of the hackathon?
This is very exciting. Not only winning the hackathon, but making new friends.
Yes, that is so amazing. What about you, Mohamed?
I think that the thing that excites me the most is the diversity of our background, or different people we met for the first time.
Yes.
And some of us don't have any expectation to participate in the hackathon in the first place, and we just thought that we want to have fun, and we ended up it happens to be that we are winners. So
exactly. I learned that y'all win money. I didn't know that. I thought y'all just won. Congratulations, and that's amazing. That's really, really cool. What about you, Julien?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I was not expecting much. We were waiting in the line together because the hackathon was full.
Yeah,
so
I heard.
We had to wait in line. We waited an hour in the line. And we won.
We're successful and you won. See, the stars aligned and you're here for a reason. That's really great. So what was the best thing working with these guys? Like what made it a positive experience for you?
I think like everyone has a different expertise. Like that's very important. Like like without any of us, like we could not win. Like we are building this component using all of the expertise. I really want to also shout out with our another additional teammate. He brings fantastic collaboration and communication skills on the table, and still make our project going very smoothly. So
awesome.
Mohammed's very expertise in computer vision, and Julien's on the Databricks. Like
Wow, so you had like the trifecta,
yeah,
pretty much. That's awesome. What about you, Mohamed?
I also love the same thing. I think we underestimated how helpful our diversity and different viewpoints bring a lot to the table, and happens to be really effective to reach where we are, I would say.
That is so great.
Amazing.
We are at time, so we do have to wrap. But I just wanted to tell you, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations. Please enjoy the summit, and yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
You're describing this very true.
April. Hey, you made it.
We have a few minutes before the end, but
That's
my
okay.
God, this last segment was incredible.
I know.
You-
The hackathon winners were amazing. I'm still in shock that they win that much money. Like, why don't we sign up?
Exactly. Well, anyway, we have just a few minutes before next session. Wanted to bring on Drew Banin, the DBT lab. So wanted to say hi. Tell us about it.
Come on.
Should I use that microphone or?
I don't know if you're mic'd up, but yeah, here's it.
Well, hi, my name is Drew Banin. I'm one of the co-founders at DBT Labs. Super excited to be here at this conference, of course, and always happy to be in San Francisco. Thanks for having me on.
Sure. Tell us about what's the partnership like.
Oh, great. Yeah, we've been working with Databricks for, a few years now. I believe you folks were involved in our Series D last year, too. So great partnership. And, DBT is all about transforming data inside the data platform. So we try to help you get your data from bronze, silver to gold, semantic layer on top of it. And so we partner very closely with the data platforms for your excellent compute and execution and everything around there.
It's great. We love the partnership. And one of the questions I have, you're a founder like this, and DBT Labs is like a big deal. What's the backstory? What's that like?
The backstory, I met my co-founders. I don't talk about this live very often. I met my co-founders when I was an intern in college.
What?
Tristan, our CEO, was my boss. And I guess I did a good job at the internship. We spun out of a kind of old school legacy BI company. It's called RJ Metrics around 2016 and try to bring DBT and data transformation to this modern data stack, which we used to call it in the cloud, data warehouse in the cloud.
Oh, that's cool.
Lakehouse.
So what college was that?
Oh, I went to Drexel University in Philadelphia.
Awesome.
Friends that go there.
Yeah.
What was your major?
I did computer science.
Of course.
Yeah,
So
you got
for
it.
anyone that's watching that's, a computer science major or looking to get into computer science, what are some tips you have for them?
Oh gosh, I'm the worst person to ask. I was a terrible student. I actually did an internship here in San Francisco. I was about to drop out of school because they made me a full-time job offer, and I thought, I don't need to graduate, I have a job offer. But it's good that I wrapped up my degree.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, everyone's different, but I tried to get away from the textbooks and get hands-on, and that's the way I learned best. And so getting to work with folks that became my co-founders, colleagues, it's so awesome to learn from people that have seen more than you have, and just always try to keep growing and learning. This is what it's all about.
Oh, great. Well, we have 1 minute left. Any interesting customer success stories?
Oh gosh, there's so much cool stuff happening right now, and I think we got to shout out. I can't talk about exactly who right now, but we're doing a lot of cool stuff. Structured data managed by DBT plus our semantic layer is like exactly the right ingredients for some of these really cool Gen AI use cases. So we're doing a couple things. One's around vector embeddings over structured data. That's pretty cool. And then also we're doing like chatbot style stuff, like a lot of people are. But with the DBT semantic layer that we've been working on for a few years now, we think we're in a great position to do a great job in that use case.
That's really cool. Like we are just coming out this morning with like a state of data and AI, and vector database is one of the things you had mentioned.
Yeah.
Is like up with our customers 377%, and of course goes without saying Gen AI.
Yeah.
But can you tell us any details on that?
Well, yeah, so it's a couple different aspects. I'm going to go fast. Chat with your data. We have time?
Yeah, we did.
3 minutes.
We had 3 minutes. Beautiful.
3 minutes just for you.
I'll slow down. So with the chat with your data use case, the idea is if you define a semantic layer, which I understand Databricks has some cool announcements on this front as well. If you define a semantic layer, you can map your data to your business context. And so if someone asks for churned accounts or canceled accounts or customers, you can know exactly what that means, because customers can be hard to pin down, especially, you've got free tiers and paid and enterprise and self-service. And so a lot of our customers struggle with making sense of their data in this natural language format. And so the semantic layer is how you get really precise, you get experts involved, pin down exactly what you mean by ARR or churn rate, customers, to connect people with the right data pretty efficiently.
Yeah, I just came back from the session where I did a demo on that subject, the semantic layer. And one example was like movie database. And then you can literally say which producers make the big bucks.
Yeah.
And before that, you need a keyword search where revenue is greater than select some of this. And it knew what big bucks were.
Yeah.
Right? So this semantic interface helps democratize. And that's why it's so great to have the DBT Labs, Databricks like joint
Totally.
better together story.
Can I shout out a friend here? Is that
Of
okay?
course you can.
I met someone actually on the floor yesterday. His name's Daniel at a company called Superlinked, and they're all about they're all about vector embeddings. So they do a really cool thing where they can create vector embeddings over structured type data, and then when you go and do that semantic search, you can tune your weights. And so the idea is you can boost the weight for how recently the movie was released. And now you get searches about more recent movies, or you can say, I don't care about when it was released, and now it's on an equal playing field. So they're doing really cool stuff. Excited to find Daniel and spend more time with them at the conference.
I'm more curious about like you starting a company like this. Like what encouraged you? Because it's really different. And I know we have 1 minute, but in a few seconds, let us know.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I'm going to be so honest with everyone.
Yeah.
And extremely grateful and fortunate for how the ride has gone so far and excited about the future.
Yeah.
What I would say is like, people talk about like clear eyes, can't lose.
Yeah.
For me, it was like close your eyes and just let it happen and roll with it. It's such an exciting industry and space. There's so much changing, let alone every year, every week there's something new happening.
Yeah.
So just try to figure out like, how can we help our customers succeed? We win when they win. And that really drives me. So being at this event is so great.
Right.
Thanks for
having us.
Thank you so much.
Star alumni of Drexel. Thank you for the partnership.
Thank you, folks.
All right, well, we're on to the general session.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
See you in a bit.
Back.